Hello, once again on my beautiful Astrolites. It is a lovely Thursday morning today. The sun is out, it's still a bit chilly, and I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt in honor of Wakanda Forever, which is actually starting today prior to Friday when it hits theaters everywhere. So make sure you got your tickets, you got a good seat, order some popcorn, enjoy the show. I'm praying it's built up to all the hype, which I believe it is. So, go ahead, do your thing, get your tickets, get your food, enjoy the show. But I'm not really here to talk about Black Panther today. This video was inspired by the movie, not just the movie Jungle Cruise, which I'm still in the middle of, but, basically back in the early 1900s and years prior, women were not taken seriously. You know, we, excuse me, speaking as a man, all we saw them as back then were only wives and wombs, which is why I'm titling this video "Women Are More Than Wives and Wombs." They are highly intelligent. They are they are more than just a damsel in distress. They can work just as well as the guys can. You guys see where I'm going with this so far? Okay, wonderful. So, and we still live in a toxic, uh, I believe, patriarchy is what I'm looking for. Uh, Basically, a dominant male society. Women are still having to struggle and compete with the men, and it's getting real ridiculous now. It's like we're all equals, all right? Equal pay, equal rights, etc., etc. And all we want to do is treat them like crap and treat them like as if they were another man. And even men don't like other men, but it's being worse with the women because we take them for granted. You know, we don't even see them for their minds. We see them for their bodies and what they can do for. Basically, we as men are being selfish when it comes to women. Like we only see them as physical creatures of beauty as opposed to women of intelligence. And why can't they be both? Why can't they look good and be intelligent? But why can't we also put their minds first before their physical appearance? See, that therein lies the problem. Because it's still going on to this day. And it's taking other women to tell women who are being misused and taken advantage of to be like, girl, he's using you, he's doing this, that, and the other. And of course, they want to be naive about it. They're just like, oh no, they actually love me. He just has this and that moments. To those ladies, I say, please open your eyes. If he lays a hand on you, he doesn't love you. If he curses you out, he doesn't love you. You are queens, you are goddesses, Amazon warriors. You deserve the absolute best. And in some cultures, um, Amazon warriors would use men for breeding. Don't believe me? Do your research. But I believe that's true. Because in some cultures, men are known to be inferior to the women, not vice versa. But it's like we want to live in a toxic masculine society where we as men feel like, okay, so as men we are naturally dominant, but we're also taking that for granted. Dominant doesn't mean lay hands or curse out the one you love. That basically means provide for your family. Go out and be on the grind. Work hard. Do your 9 to 5ers. That's what a dominant man is supposed to be. That is the definition of being dominant. Is going out and taking care of your business for you and your loved ones. That is what it's all about. I am on the grind 24/7. Barely have any breaks, any time to myself to relax, because I'm not quite where I want to be at. And it would have been a lot worse if I didn't have my lady to help me out. Women support us, and we are supposed to support them. Above all, we should be supporting them more than they support us. If the women are supporting us more than we support them, then there's a problem. There's nothing wrong with having a supportive, loving woman. But we got to put in 97, 98% of the work. We got to be the first to say, I love you. We got to be the first ones to... You see where I'm going with this? We just got to be the first. Guys, we are kings, we are gods, but we tend to take that for granted. And, you know, back in the early 1900s, 1800s, what have you, you know, basically caveman days. You know, the guy went out and provided. He hunted, he gathered, etc. And throughout those modern times, it's like they still wanted to live on through those traditions. And I was also watching this movie called Noelle, right? And they still had that issue. And this was a 21st century movie. Basically saying Santa Claus is a man. And this and that. And I'm just like, why? I think traditions are part of the problem. Because we're saying some things have to go this way, we have to do it that way. That's why I'm not much of a traditional person. Because, I mean... Oh, I also saw this other movie that had that thing. Excuse me. It was called Santa Games. It's got Faison Love. It's very adorable. Hilarious movie. And this woman was competing to be Santa Claus in that movie as well. So I'm just like, why is there always a Mrs. Claus? Why can't we have a Lady Santa and just call her Santa? Like, what's the harm in that? Like, break tradition every now and again. And in the end, they even admitted technically, there's no rule in the book that says that a woman cannot be portrayed as Santa Claus. And they, and before they got to that, when they got the whole masculine tradition, whatever, is saying that a woman couldn't be Santa Claus, there was a lady elf that was like, "Whoa." I'm like, there's nothing wrong with breaking a little tradition, but my point being is women are just as important. And back in those days, women were highly intelligent. They wanted to be scientists. They wanted to be horologists, which is basically studying the stars and the maps and things like that. And you even see it near the end of the second Alice in Wonderland movie, where he's like, "So you want to be a clerk?" Women got laughed in their faces by crusty old men, and not only okay, so the crusty old men were the most who were like, and oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know women could be so funny. You want to be a scientist? That's better than being a stuck-up old crusty Heaven's Gate looking. Try laughing in a woman's face because she wants to be something that most men are part of. See what happens. You're gonna get your feelings hurt, right? Your pride's gonna get shut down. Oh, women can't join the army. Women can't be firefighters. By the way, if you haven't seen Fireheart, I've seen the trailer. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it looks very heartfelt. You'll learn something from that one. But basically, that's what I'm saying to you guys. Stop making these women feel less than. Make them feel welcome. Make them feel like they're an equal. Stop laughing in their faces just because you're afraid that you're gonna get shown up, basically. A woman can actually put in twice as much as a guy can, work-wise. Seriously, you'll even see it in the army. You'll see it at a Scientology lab. You'll see it just basically anywhere you go, whatever field you're in. A woman will put in twice as hard as the work. They will put in twice as much as the work than the men. And some of you guys are probably going, well, yeah, that's not true. I don't have time for you, so bye, Felicia. I'm not trying to deal with you toxic masculinity. That is another thing. If you are in a field where you are a police person or a security guard, and I'm talking to the men here, stop being so rough with these women. You're making it seem like that they're gonna put in so much resistance where you can't handle it. That's why I'm like, as kids, we were taught, right? Use your words first, hands and feet to yourself, right? Excuse me. We seem to forget that. And you see it every now and again. All these women are being treated like the men, and it has to stop. That's how we got the Chris Brown situation, because of that crap. And Rihanna's actually doing her thing. You know, ever since she got away from Chris, she's been killing it. You know, she's been making stacks on top of stacks. She has all these supporters and everything else. She's If you let go of men who are toxic in your life, you will be the much better for it. And then you will come to see the light. He never actually loved me. Because I had to do this all on my own. I had to leave him to feel better about myself, to get my life to where I want to be at. You ladies with me so far? Okay, beautiful. Because you know I'm telling the truth here. Ladies, you are much more than being a wife, being a womb, being a mother. You are a human being. You are a person. You have problems just like anyone else. You have feelings. You have emotions. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get down because a quote-unquote boy, he wants to mess with you. He wants to treat you like another guy. He wants to laugh in your face. Don't put up with that. That's basically what I'm saying to you. Keep putting in twice as much work. And I know some of these guys are like, oh, why are all these women having all these leads? Because we've been having the lead since the dawn of time in the movies, in sports. Basically, you see my point. In wrestling, women are doing main events now. They're having championship matches. Candyman, you know, the most recent one, that was actually directed by a woman. And I'll admit, it was fairly decent. I'm not too big on Candyman, but you know, you learn a lot about black culture in that movie. While you see somebody getting their blood spilled. But, ladies, you see where I'm going with this. And if you're with a guy and they're saying that you're their one and only, you're the only one they want to be with, bling, 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 bling. Put some bling on it, brother. Ladies, you are highly intelligent. You are much more than what you think, or what certain men of us think we. I'm starting to get tongue-tied. But you basically know what I'm saying. You are equally as important as the men are. But you got to put in at least twice the work. At least to those who doubt you. Or even if they don't. You know. And I'm not saying you have to put in twice the work forever. Just for a minute. Just to the point where you can go up to the doubters, the haters, and simply say to them, I just proved you I can do better at this job than you. Don't ever underestimate a woman. Prove the doubters and the haters wrong. And I know some of you ladies are like, oh, Astral, we don't necessarily have to put in twice as much as the work as the men do. Sometimes you do. I'm not saying all the time, just there will be certain points where you have to put in twice as much work. But basically what I'm saying to you is you are equally as important. You should not be treated less than. I mean, come on. Statistics prove that women birth a lot of boys. Basically, I'm basically saying that, you know, men wouldn't be here without women. You know, the birds come first, right? But I digress. Excuse me. Fellas, do better with these women. Stop treating them like they're men. Treat them equally. Stop laughing in their faces because they want to do something, including if they want to be well educated, if they want to go back to school. Don't be that guy who's like, oh, you're not going back to school. Because they're going to be like, watch me. Or, hey, they're just going to go anyway. And they're just going to leave you in the dust in the process. So if they want to be well educated, if they want to go to school, if they want to go to work, be supportive on that. Otherwise, bounce. Because they're going to want nothing to do with you. This is the 21st century. Let these women be. Let them do them. They are much more than wives and wombs. That's all the time I got for this video. Ladies, I hope I helped you out on this one. Be safe, be loved, and above all, just be yourselves. If you're intelligent, be intelligent. But put your brains before your beauty. That's what I have to say to you. You don't want to be taken advantage of any longer. Put your mind first before your physical appearance. Show these men you are highly intelligent creatures. And I'm a sapio, so you know I find intelligence appealing first. But basically, that's all I got for you. I don't want to take up any more of your time. So once more, be safe, be loved, be nurtured. I love you all. Talk soon.